Okie dokie. Let's see how this goes. I gotta wait a second because I had to change the stream key, and I gotta see how this looks on the tablet. So give me a second or two. There's a little bit of a delay as usual. If it's choppy, that means I have to fix something, which means I have to shut it off again. So I'm looking, see if it's gonna smooth out or whatever. Because there's no use for me to start if it's all choppy. So I don't know yet. So I gotta do the hand wave test. It's gonna take a few seconds for me to see. Now we have an overcast day and it's raining. So I just gotta wait. Nope. It's not gonna work well. Hello, Linda, Rosemary. Best of luck at the hospital, Rosemary. Sonia, hello. I might have to stop the stream. Well, yeah, it's gonna be a rough one. It's raining out here for us, and it looks a little crazy. So I'm still looking here. It is rather choppy. I have a direct line in, so it shouldn't really affect it like that, but you know, it's how it's, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Because I got everything prepared, I'm ready to do something here. Yeah, I did write. Larry sent me a link, and then I or sent him an email, and they seem to have fixed it immediately. But yeah, they took that out. I was able to download it and save it. So if I wasn't able to, or if they couldn't have done anything about it, I would have to nix the whole thing, and this would have to be a separate project, and I would have to do it all over again. So I don't think really it's anything on my part that's causing this static. It's not really the best of days weather-wise, and we got our news, our local news starts at noon, and I'm looking at it from the big TV over here, and we got rain all day today, and some winds. And it's going to get warmer at night in the 40s. So it's going to be like 45, almost 50 degrees tomorrow. Oh, I'm still waiting. I'm still chatting. I'm still looking at the quality of the video. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me, but it's just the yeah, I couldn't do the link in the chat because where I'm at is not where the main computer is, even though I have a computer here. I don't use it for that. Each computer is used for a different purpose. So the main computer that handles most of my thumbnails and all the intro stuff, things like that, they're the main computer in the other room. And if that's I think that's still the most powerful computer. It's brand new. It's new. Just like this one here that I'm using OBS on is new. I only had this computer a couple weeks. It replaced the old style computer I got over there in the other half of the room here. So it's still operational, still works. It's just old, you know, and I have to use the old OBS, old version of OBS for that computer because it only runs Windows 7. That's how old it is. This one here has Windows 11, blah blah blah, the whole 9 yards. But like I said, I don't use it for much anything. I don't even surf the net with it. It's really just for this video stuff. So, is it getting any better, guys? As I'm gonna do the hand wave test again. Where are you at, Linda? That is, the wind is blowing like crazy. Are you around the Chicago, Minnesota area or somewhere like that? Illinois? Okay, it's gotten better. It's gotten better. All right, so I don't have to stop this. Okay, I just see my hand wave through. Like I said, we got a little bit of a delay. But if you guys can hear me, you guys can see me, everything is cool. From what I'm looking at, everything is okay. You guys don't really need to see my face. All you need to see is this painting. Okay, I think you're able to catch bits of the eagle now that's in there. What we're gonna work on right now is we're gonna tighten up the water. We're gonna tighten up the reflections. All right. And we're gonna work on these rocks. We'll work on the shadow rocks and everything. Hey, Madonna. Yeah, yep. It did smooth out. I just wanted to give it a little bit of time to see what's going to go on with it instead of immediately shutting it off. Okay. Like I say, it's a little windy out here and all of that. As you know, I don't have the light on for the palette. That's why you see the hard shadow of this. Now that shadow will go away if I turn off my main room light. But I'll combat it with that a little bit. That'll kind of ease that look there. But of course you got the light spot. For those who are wondering, that loud ring was Larry giving me the thumbs up. So I have to not necessarily respond, but I have to open up the program. Because if I don't, it's going to ring one more time to let me know that I got a message. All right, but that's why you heard that loud ring. All right. Like I say, you guys don't have to see me, so let me change to that. All right. Okay. Okay, since we don't really have to do the thing up top necessarily, we'll move this guy up here. How about that? Get it right out of the way. I probably can zoom in a wee bit so you guys can pretty much see. Whoops, wrong way. There. I think we'll do it that way. Okay. We'll work this stuff out here. All right, let's do some little tricks and things. All right. Okay. So the colors we have on the upper right, yellow, white, blue, red, green, and black. Okay, I won't give the technical. Oh man, Burt Bacharach died. Do you know the way to San Jose? Copyright strike, copyright strike. All right. Let's start with a little bit of glaze. Okay. Burt Bacharach, he was in his 90s. So, for those of you who know and care. All right, we're gonna get a touch of we'll just do black, and we'll water it down. All right, and we'll get a nice little glaze going. That's all you need really is a glaze, because you already got the dark in there, which is obviously overshadowed by the yellow. Okay, all right. Hopefully you don't see too much of my body when I do this. Hopefully. Now there's a bit of yellow streak there. And technically I don't really have to keep that yellow streak, but we'll just kind of brush over some things here just to darken it up a bit. And what am I doing? I am just going over what we have already did before, just to darken it out. And all I need really is a glaze of this darkness, because it's going to bring out what's underneath anyway. And I'll keep it in this familiar wave pattern. Okay. And me using the paint with the water will evaporate and it's going to leave the pigment. Alright, and that's all I'm doing. Really is just getting all of this done. Once again, it's just going to bring out what's already there. Alright, that's all. Just like so. It'll bring out what's there already. A little touch of black. Let's get some more water. Once again, we're just going to get a nice little glaze here. And we're going to darken, once again, the tree line here. Kind of darken up in here where I put too much extra yellow. Just like this. And once again, we'll wait till some of this dries up a bit. And it dries through evaporation. And all I'm doing is going over, once again, what was already put down. And it's just gonna make it, just gonna bring some of that darkness out a little bit more than what we've had before. That's just what a glaze does. It just brings it out more. Okay, and that's all she does. And that's all I'm gonna do with it, is just bring that out a little bit more. Yeah, I'll keep that yellow. There's a bit of yellow there, and I'll probably keep that. For aesthetics, I'll keep it. I like the way it looks. Anywhere where the paint's kind of gathering, I can get rid of some of that too. Like so. All right. Just because, like, drag out a little bit of yellow, slight touch of white in it, like that. And we're gonna go into this part of the water, and we're just gonna brighten that up a little bit, because that's where the sun is. So I'm gonna get some of that going here. And it's mainly all up under here. Keep it at a horizontal stroke there. Just wear some of that down. You see it brings it out a little bit more. Okay, which is what I'm looking for in that area. You see it wakes it up a little bit. Okay. Like that. Just put it on out there. Don't worry about it being too bright. It's gonna soften off. Okay, so once again, hashtag don't panic. You're good. You're good. You are good. Let's take a palette knife. We'll use some of this. I'll bring it right here. A little touch of white, a little touch of yellow. The water's pretty calm. Water's pretty calm, pretty steady. I got a little bit of white yellow mix, put it out there real thin like that. All right, wipe off my brush. No, I didn't. I'm glad about that, Linda. I really am. Like I said, it's happened to me a few times before, and the result was not very pleasing. I'm just going to touch. Let's bring it down a little bit. Just see that? Just touch a little bit. And bring some of that sparkle and some of that darkness. Of course, it's going to be in the lit area a little bit. But just a few bits in here. Okay. Very thin, or thin as possible anyway. Then we'll come out here where we got more of the yellow, and you're gonna cross some of the darker tones. And sometimes I'll just angle the brush a little bit just to get those lines going. Sometimes the lines will be choppy, which is great because it gives you the impression of a little sparkly water and such. All right. And it's not totally white or all yellow. It's a slight mixture of them. Put some here. Because once again, the water's relatively calm. All right. So those little bits of breaking up in the white, keeping it straight, gives you the illusion of pretty calm water. All right. Put a few in there. Usually around the glowing parts. Okay. Very thin, bright, so it sticks out a little bit. We'll get a little bit of an outline for the shore. Just a little bit, not too much. All right, like that. So we got our little glowing things. And once again, I don't really have to go overboard with it. I don't have to go too crazy with it. You can see the little ripples and whatnot that's happening there. Okay. I'll get some glazing right across here a little bit. Just a little. But once again, you don't have to go overboard with it. All right. So this is what we have going on so far as the water's concerned. Okay. So we got our mountain reflections there. They're pretty far away. Don't have to go extremely detailed. We got a little bit of our tree reflections off and on a little bit. I can show those off a little bit with brighter specks of green. We can do that easily. I don't have to add too much. So we'll go with a little bit of yellow here. You know what? We'll do the yellow blue thing. Instead of just picking that green, we'll go yellow blue like that. Slight touch of white in that. We'll brighten it up just a little bit. We'll take this very fine brush and we'll add our a little bit brighter than that. A little brighter. We'll add our bits of green in there. Just a little bit on one side, just to relay a little bit of the of the brightness there. Just a touch. Come over here a little bit. And we're just giving the slight illusion of some of that shine there in the trees. Okay. Horizontal, a little choppy. We'll bring some up in here a little. Just wave it around a little bit. Like that. Okay. You only need a little bit. Okay, let's start doing some rock color here. So for the top of the rocks, we'll go green, put the green here, a little bit of red, mix it together. We'll just use the filbert brush. All right, now I got a lot of red there, so we're gonna even that out with a little more green. Darken it, even out, turn kind of brownish. It's canceling each other out. All right, and pop a little bit of white in there. Yeah, a little bit of white. Okay, now it's still a little on the red side. Add more green. All right, and now it's starting to turn that weird kind of funky, a little more green. Start turning that little funky kind of gray now. Okay, see the green cancels out all that red. Now remember, we have white in there, so it's gonna gray it out like so. So what I have here should be fine for a nice mid color. All right. Okay. Hello, Deidre. How are you? I see you. I see you, Deidre. Let's bring this down just to tear our hair like that, and let's bring that back over. We should be good right about there. We'll just start from here and go that way. It's close to me. Okay. Guess what? Too similar of a color, we brighten it up a little bit. Too close, too close. Because that's not all black. It's got blue mixed in it. So it's not a natural black. Okay, we're gonna do it once again. Here we go, ready? Different type of rock. Don't get rid of your darker, all of your darker color. Okay, so we'll smooth it out like this. All right, and we're gonna keep doing that. Get different little shapes, like so. Come here, do some, come maybe behind here. All right, like I said, we're gonna keep a lot of that dark in the back end. This is our medium color. Okay, that's all it is. Keep in mind that these rocks are sort of backlit also. Come down here, it's much of the same. Remember, since we're facing the back end, okay, a lot of it will be, of course the bottom will be covered, or will be dark rather. Just like that. Always think, this is pretty much, our medium color is usually pretty much the main color. Anything that comes after that is just highlights. Okay. And give it a chance for it to dry. All right, it'll settle. All right. Well, as long as you guys are familiar with what acrylic paint does, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. You know it's going to get darker as it dries. So if something looks a little too bright or too crazy, give it a second or two. Give it a second, okay? If you don't hear me talking, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just concentrating there. Now, you should notice a pattern here. You see how I'm not going all the way to the bottom on all of them, even the ones that are off the page, okay? There are spots where it's just totally black. I'll play with this one a little more, make it a little lumpy. See? I'll have one appear right there and then come right back up to the front. Like that, come around. Do the same thing here. Maybe a nice lean one coming that way. I really don't have to even add anything there. It won't be necessary. It really won't. Okay. All right. Since we have a little bit of that happening, I'm gonna just use the tip of this brush. This is a very small filbert brush. Okay. Let's rub some of that away. We're gonna come down here in the reflections. And I'm just going to get little horizontal strokes, just like this. Mimic the water. That's all. Don't knock off all the darks. Just little left and right horizontal strokes for the reflections. Don't kill off all the darks. Just a few will do. In a nice little water shape. Horizontal back and forth. Do each and every one of them. Remember, don't kill off all your black. I'm trying to position myself to where you guys can see me, what I'm doing. This is a filbert. You might have a little more success with a flat. And I have to make sure, let's go here to the furthest one. It's just easier for me. This fella here, every one, even if it's just a couple of dots, do every one. Just like that. Do each one of them, okay? All right. Let's add a touch of white. Add a touch of white to the gray. We're only going to keep it at one spot. One, you can see the color difference when I add a little bit of white to it. Okay. Then I'm going to take what's on the brush. I'm going to just wipe most of it off. Okay, and we're going to go with little highlights. All right. Remember, it's backlit. All right, so the brightness is behind the mountains here. And so I'll just kind of do it that way. So it's going to be kind of fun to do it. You're making a little rock, a rock halo. Okay. Much like that, because remember, these are they're backlit. So Once again, we got little rock halos. You're not really going to get them. You're not going to really get these behind the rocks very much. Pretty much on the edge, a little bit on the side. It might glance the top a little bit. But it's definitely going to go around the rock. Remember, your sunlight's here. Okay. So they're not going to really be super bright, but bright enough to know that at least the sunlight's kissing them a little bit. And it's showing a little bit of love to them. Like so. A few of these that are smaller and a little far away, all it takes is a dot or two, like that. All right. I tend not to make them overly bright on purpose, because even though the colors might be a little vibrant-ish, I don't have to have it look like comic book art and be super gaudy bright. That won't be necessary. Technically, that it really wouldn't show anything. It's, you know, because this part's higher than that, so it's completely smothered in shadow there. And we can give a slight outline here, like so. It's not going to come much further than that. Okay. Like so. We're going to take the same color, not this filbert though. We're going to go with a very thin brush. We're going to go with the strip liner. All right. All right. Water. Go into this beautifully light gray. All right. We're going to go into our reflection area. And we'll just kind of highlight where these these really just the tops. I'll get to these other ones. I didn't forget them.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
And basically, I'm kind of outlining the shape of rocks. All right, and they're not excessive. It's not excessively bright, but just enough to know the shape of your rocks. And this is water, so water kind of bends the light a little bit. It kind of distorts things a tad, so you can get away with stuff like that in them. Okay. I'm just looking to make sure I'm not entirely in the way. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear the camera click there every 30 minutes. But you guys don't have to worry about that, because I'll probably just use that camera for my intros and closing. So it's all right. until I purchase a clearer camera for my new #1 camera. I'm just gonna have to buy one because it's just best for me to get something that's really sharp and clear. Because as of right now, the best video quality is this camera. I need that kind of quality for the camera you guys are looking at to work with. Horizontal. Okay, horizontal. We'll come out here. Just like that. Put it in there. All right. Okay. Let's put this away. I'll just use this brush because it's closer to me. Little touch of white. Go back into, well, here it is. We'll go back in here in this area.
Sound right, boy.
There we go. We'll bring it back just like that. And we're going to shade the other rocks here. These guys right up in here a little bit. All right. Up in here. I don't have to press super hard for that to get this effect. Once again, it's usually right in the front and it kind of feathers out. Okay. Trust me. Trust me. I did not forget about that eagle. Oh, I know it's there. But no, you won't notice the eagle until I peel it off. We're getting pretty close to that point. We're getting close. Okay. And then I'll just stop. I'll check it out. I'll look at it. Let's make sure our focus is in there pretty good too. So I'm looking at it. I'm checking it out and studying it really to make sure we're okay. You know. Good to see you guys. How things going, Deidre? If you guys can, it'll help me out, but you can hit that thumbs up button or thumbs down. It really helps the algorithm, and believe it or not, it does help all us content creators out. So, you know, if you're watching me, if you're watching Sonia, if you're watching Bruce, you know, yeah, there's a reason why a lot of the content creators say hit the thumbs up button. There's a reason for that. I'm just gonna touch with the palette knife just a few little bits of this same color, the grayish color. I'll just tap it. It's just water lines, just here around the edge of the rocks. Okay, at least on a few of them anyway. Sometimes all I have to do is really just to touch it, just a little tap. All right. So believe it or not, with just this by itself, that's enough motion in the water here. And you can definitely see the reflection of the rocks. All right. Once again, I don't have to go overboard with it because once again, it's sunset, not sunrise. Okay, so you're not going to really see it kind of glow like that. The strongest glow you'll pretty much see is just beyond the mountain and a little bit of that in the water, but it's only in a certain band right here. Okay, just like this. It's just right in there. That little band of white yellow. And you got that little band here. That's it. Remember, sunset, not sunrise. Okay. Sunsets got purple, sunrise do not. You know, everything's getting brighter, not darker. Okay. So, and if you want to really relay a sunset, you need more purple and blues and less oranges and red. Okay. It's the opposite for a sunrise. You know, it's burning that dark color away. All right. Okay. So, with all of that said, let us pan back a little bit here. I think all I have to do, well, here, we'll put it up there like that, and we'll gently. Oh, we don't got too much further to go. Whoops, sorry guys. All right, I think I can get away with it. I'll pull back just a little bit. See if we can get that top part in there. It's a little dance, but bear with me. All right, that's pretty much pretty good. And yes, I do. Every time I move it like that, I do have to hit that focus button. All right, so everything kind of gently goes back in focus again. All right. Okay, we can make this disappear for a second. We can look at what we have now. All right. Don't be worried about that down there, because that is where the tape's edge is. All right, so you guys aren't really missing anything. Okay. All right. As far as the rest of this painting goes, more or less, that's pretty much it. The only thing I could really play with to emphasize more contrast is to darken the mountain reflection a little more. But I really don't think that's quite necessary. I'm gonna explain that. Just because I could don't mean I should, because remember, we have a large object flying in front of all of that, which is pretty much the same color as the mountain. All right, so I really don't need that any darker, because I don't want to take away from the bird when we get to painting the bird. So once again, you have to kind of think through a few things. Okay, so that's what I'm referring to. All right, I could put the rocks in more of a deep shadow. I can glaze more of a shadow on the rocks, or I could glaze a little bit of darkness into the purple, okay, to make it even deeper, all right, more mysterious, and not have it as light colored. I can do that, but I don't believe that will be necessary either. Not until I paint the eagle. So there's just a few things. Hey, Oswin, how you doing? It's all right. It's all right. I think my cat's coughing up another hairball. Nice. I can hear her. Poor girl. She's 15. I hear her. Okay, I'm just reading the chat a little bit here. So basically, I don't really have anything more to do with the painting. I will not add any type of highlights to the mountains. That won't be necessary. Especially when I peel back the tape, you see how large this eagle is. All right, I really got to check on my poor cat here. She's been doing that for a minute. She keeps doing it. I'm gonna have to get up off this chair and check on her. Okay. So, as I'm checking this out and I'm looking, and it didn't really take as long as I would think. Hold on, guys. Let me check on my cat. Something's not right. I have my night clothes folded up on the corner of the couch in a nice neat little folds on top of each other. And of course, she's curled up right on top of my night clothes. Now, she does that. If I lay my leather jacket on the couch, she lays it on top of it and curls up and goes to sleep on my jacket. Boy, all next week, man, we're in the like mid to high 40s. So whatever snow we do have, it's gonna melt right away. It's raining pretty good now, and all the ice melted away from the driveway, so it's not as treacherous walking out there to get to your vehicle. Okay. I was interrupted by the cat hacking, so let's get to this. Yeah, she's fine. She's fine. She's fine. She seen me come around the corner. She's laying there. She curls up, looking up at me. I pet her, talk to her. No, she's good. She's good. She's no longer the spring chicken anymore. That's over. She's 15, gonna be 16 in. She's gonna be 16 in 5 days. She was born on February 14th, on Valentine's Day. She was born. All right, here we go. Let's peel off the eagle. Okay, I can hold on to this stuff here. I told you this bastard was big. For those of you who haven't seen it or even noticed it, I did tell you about the eagle being there. You just didn't know the size of the eagle. Okay. Oh, yeah. Freaking eagle. Another eagle. All right. Now you see what I'm talking about. Now you understand. Okay. This is why I did not highlight the mountains. And not everything's really too bright. Because once again, you're going to have an eagle that's pretty much the same color as the mountains. All right. So. All right. I did sketch out the eagle. I did go from a photo reference. So let's just say more or less I loosely traced the eagle. You know, all the other elements. I realized I just marked my painting. I seen it just now. Let's see if I can correct that. I must have did it peeling the eagle. I don't think this brush is going to do it. Well, we can try. We can try. We can try. Make it disappear a little bit. There we go. It's gone. All right. I have a paint spot on this brush. What happened is maybe when I flicked paint, it got on the hairs of this very soft brush. If I can't wash this out, I can't really use this brush anymore. So I'm peeling off what I can with my fingernail, and then I'll just soak the brush and see if it comes out. And sometimes that happens. It wasn't really me dipping the brush. It's just probably happened when I was cleaning and I just bumped into the bristles. Okay. This is still wet. I can still wreck the thing. All right. Yes, it's still wet. But it will evaporate. It will dry in time. Okay. Her head was so flat on top. All right, you lost me. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. She got her. Oh, okay. I see. All right, now I understand. How you doing, Fatima? She doesn't sleep on any cat bed. We have one. It's up in the closet because she rejected it. She doesn't like catnip. She's just an oddity. She really is. She never really was into all of that. Even as a kitten, I was the play toy, and then the puppy, the dog, Bluto, was the play toy. Cause I bought her first. Bluto came second because he wasn't really old enough to be separate from his mother. So, even though they were born 2 months apart, you know, obviously I had to get my puppy at 8 weeks old, you know. So, but eventually they both came together. I had to take them both as babies and rub them together to let them know you're not going to kill each other, fight, and whatever. And I just take them, just rub them together, and kept them there because each would fit in the palm of my hand. And then after that, that was Doris. After that, they were good as gold, you know. So there was never no real ill will. They were just a little scared of each other until I put them both together and see they won't hurt each other. And they were together ever since, you know. So they've never really been separated, ever. 15 years, yeah. Well, it'd cure faster if there was no glycerin in it. But once the glycerin evaporates, you give it a few days, and yeah, it'll cure. Because it also depends on how thick you put on the paint, but it cures really quickly. But once again, the tricky thing is with the glycerin. That's why I emphasize very little will do. But if you put the paint on thin, like you put the glycerin on thin, they're both gonna kind of dry out at the same time, which is a little while. All right, it's been over a day now for this stuff, and I can still see streaks in it, the reflective streaks. All right, so it's going to probably take another day or so for it to totally dry. And once it's dry, it's dry. It's done, it's done. Then you just varnish it. But wait until it's totally dry before you varnish, because if you try to varnish on glycerin and glycerin's not really dry and set, it's not going to. She didn't text again. I didn't answer it the first time. Like I said, if I don't answer it, at least open it. It's gonna ring again. So I'll give it a thumbs up there and let her know I did reply. All right. Okay. This is a whole nother deal with the eagle. All right, so I'm actually psyching myself up for this. And while I'm psyching myself up for it, I'll just take a flat brush. Actually, I don't have to take the flat brush. I'll just take the makeup brush that I dipped in the water. Rolling around a little bit. What I need to do, to be honest with you, is just go buy some more makeup brushes. But these work fine. I got the little, no, I didn't get the little chunk of paint. I'll just throw it in there. Let's see if I can just, yeah, I'll just take my nail, scrape it away. All right. Anyway, let's stop playing like that. Let's get a little bit of black. Just dip it here and put it right there. All right. I can just use the water today. I just do that like that. All right, like this. That's cool. Like up this, fine. I'm gonna rub my brush out, get some more. All right, and I'm gonna go here in the rock area. This is one it's kind of shadowed and it's dry, so I'm gonna just darken the rock area a little bit. Just add a deeper shadow to the reflections. That's all. Now I can, well, I'll show you after I'm done with this. I'll show you what I'm about to do. And basically with me glazing like this, it's pretty much like coloring, like with a colored pencil or crayon or something. Just like that. Okay. And I can gently, I'll kind of give us a little bit of separation, a little bit of darkness. And it's just me quickly just glazing over the back end of the rocks. Just to subdue them and bring down the color a little bit. Just a little. Just like that. Okay. Just a little bit. And it brings out the shine, or brings out the highlights a little more. Okay. So I don't have to deepen and darken the whole water. Just the reflections down there. Okay. Now, could I add, well, I could have added a whole lot more pebbles and stuff in the water underneath, all in here. I could have added a ton of them and just glazed over them with the color, and it would look like just rocks underneath the water. So yes, I could have easily done that. All right, but that will probably involve another type of painting, another scene, where that will be the showcase, really. Okay, but at least I did give the rocks and the rock reflections. All right, but yep, I could have easily done that. Of course, the painting would have been that much longer. But those aren't really tough to do. You just make pretty much an upside down letter C or a very wide letter N with your paint. Do it in different shades of gray. So when you put the color on there, okay, it will still appear to be underwater. Okay, the gray, once again, it's a neutral color. It accepts everybody. Okay, and so you'll already get that automatic hue and variation of objects being underwater. You'll put the same striation lines in there, motion lines or whatever, and it will look like rocks underneath the water, and you got the larger rocks popping out. So yes, I could have done that also. So yeah, I woke up around 7 or almost 8. So yeah, when I seen your notifications, I'm like, oh crap, I done missed it. And matter of fact, I must have just missed you because your notification, your post was new. I'm like, oh, you must have just signed off and then put it up there. So yeah, I had just missed you. So yeah, when Joswina comes on live, she's 6 hours different. She's 6 hours ahead of me. So it's pretty early in the morning when she comes on. And I've been staying up so late. I had weird hours and such. Okay, this bird. All right. So what I'm gonna do, because I do have once again, I do have this bird on my tablet. I'm so used to looking at your guys' responses on. I don't need to look at this anymore. Let me pull up the bird here. On the tablet, I'll look at your oh, I don't have it on the tablet. I thought I did. I do not. I must have it on the phone. All right. Well, I just messed that package up. I gotta pull YouTube back up. While it's coming up, I guess.
I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing
those. Um, it's not there. It's not there. It's not there. You're not in there either. I just had it. I wonder if it put it in another section. I'm pretty sure it did. And that's not cool. It's a section I'm not familiar with. Ah, boy, I know I got it in my email. So I gotta download it again. I just don't know where it put it. I'm looking here. I know I didn't get rid of it. There it is. Okay, you're right there. Let me download it again. But I already did it. I don't know why it's doing that to me twice. That doesn't make any sense. So bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why my picture decided to skip town on me. There you are. Download it. I don't know where you were before, but it's all good. I got you now. Come on. Do it this way. All right. Okay. All right. I do have the bird here. I'm going to. There we go. All right. Let's see if I can turn this around. Well, you guys don't see it. Well, you guys won't see it unless I itch. Well, we'll find out. Let's do it this way. Let's press the tab. Let's switch this over. No, I sealed this pretty good. Okay, let's loosen that up. Let's go down. Let's move this all the way around, and there it is. Okay, once again, this camera doesn't have zoom. Going the opposite way, it goes this way. Sorry about that, I'm whipping you guys around. Anyway, there's the eagle. All right, once again, I don't have any zoom. You see the big old towel on my legs here. All right, there's the eagle. All right, so let's flip this all the way back around again. Back around, just like that. Go back down. Go opposite direction. It's this way. Straighten it back up the way I used to have it. Straighten it again. Think we're right there. And then I'll just go upward like that. All right. Okay, let's flip that back around to normalcy somewhat. Let's bring this back downward. Okay. All right. Sorry for the roller coaster ride. You're gonna be on Sunday. Well, this time it's in my brain cells that you'll be on Sunday. And but yep, I would have my coffee and probably a donut or whatever I would have for breakfast. And I would have Josefina on the big screen. And I would just sit there, watch her, have my coffee, and I would just talk. And, hear the dogs barking. I hear the Will yelling. So, yeah. So her afternoon is my very early morning. So if she's on at noon, that's 6 a.m. for me. Okay. But that's if she comes on at noon. What if she comes on at 10 or 11? Okay, she did. Now we're going into 4 or 5:30 in the morning. But like I say, it's a 6-hour difference. So she's already past dinner time now because it's 1 o'clock here, so it's a little bit past 2 for her. Not 2. 7. It's 7 in the evening for her. Okay. All right. Eagle, big one. The wingspan just about takes up the whole 16 inches there. So he's got about a 15-inch wingspan, maybe 14 and a half. I'll give him 14, that maybe a couple inches away. All right, okay. As I'm looking at the picture, all right, it's not really as tough as you would think. All right, most of it's really cool detail or whatever is in the sunlit part of his wings. Unfortunately, if I did it the way the picture shows, it wouldn't look right because the sunlight is behind the bird and not in front. Okay, so that's going to take a little bit of creative liberty. All right, in the photo, the sunlight's here. Okay, and then the sunlight's here, hitting this wing in nice, cute little strands here onto his main feathers, and the sun glow. Let me pencil it in so it makes a little sense. Okay, he's got a lead feather. He's got a lead feather here. All right, the other fellows are in bands right here. Band here, band here, band here, and then it leads in like that. Okay, and all the rest of this is in some type of darkness with just little deepened little highlights in here. Okay, it fills out a little more here. Okay, but it's fairly dark. Matter of fact, you'll see more action here. If I sketched it in quickly, it would be feather here, feather here, feather here. It curves. Then all of a sudden it just curves this way, like that. So the wings have a funky looking curve to them. Matter of fact, the curve starts here and can go that way, like that. So, and so they kind of, then it does that funny looking curve. So it fits in like that. All right, you don't really see that much detail in here. You'll see like little hints of things really light in there. All right, and obviously you have to paint it, you know, his body is much like that. Go in there and do his feet, and then the tail feathers here. All right, so if you see the feather curves here, it's going that way. All right, very aerodynamic fellow he is. All right, this killer of snakes and birds and fish. All right, okay, but that's how he's looking. That's how he's I'm just reading the chat. Okay. Oh, it's very early for tornado season, so everything's kind of helter-skelter here in the United States. It's crazy. We're just getting a lot of rain. Wow. One lady got a car in a newly formed sinkhole. Nice. Okay. Anyway, that's what we're dealing with the eagle. So as I'm talking to you guys, I'm contemplating things here. All right. I should just stop contemplating and get at least blocking this bird in. That I can do for us. So let's do that. So Anthony will stop running his mouth, and he'll start getting here. Let's get some of this red. It's all dry, so it doesn't matter anyway. Let's go with red into the white, a little bit of green into the white. There, we'll bring that color back. That's cool, just like this. So we'll just get it started, all right? we'll at least flesh it out a little bit. All right, we got this weird, funky kind of very bleachy, pinky color going on here. We'll work with this. It's all right. We're just blocking it in. All right, we'll just take the round brush and we'll just block in his little birdie feathers right up in here. And once again, I'm just blocking in the birdie. At least where it should be more or less white. We'll do it pink. Why am I doing it this kind of pink? Because this is kind of close to white. It's giving it off kind of off color. So when I do put the highlights in the white in, you know, it'll make sense and look pretty cool. All right. Okay. Since I'm already doing that with white, let's just take the rest of this. I'll get some water and I'll loosen it up a little bit. And I might as well just block in his head right now. Why even play? Let's block this guy's head in there. And who knows, maybe I'll just have the gumption to just finish him right off. All right. Okay. Just like that. All right. I am highlighting an eagle with pink. Don't tell the eagle though. It might start having feelings. All right. But okay, there we go. All right. Okay. And this let's give him some character. Let's put that yellow in his eyes already. Just like that, and just let it dry. All right, why not? And you know what? It might as well. Let's pop a little bit of this right in where his beak is. Once again, we're just blocking stuff in. Of course, his beak isn't truly yellow. That's all right. All right. I'm gonna get the tiniest little bit of red in the world. If I can get some. I think it developed the skin already. All right. And we'll play around with that a little bit. All right. Now I'm gonna wipe off my brush. I don't need that much more red. And we'll just kind of play around in there like this. At least get it prepared a little bit. Get it started. It's kind of orangey color anyway. Like that. All right. Okay. Let's get some more yellow. Let's dip it into the red just a little bit. All right. Let's go over here by his foot. His eagle's foot right up in here. Once again, I'll just block all that as one eagle's foot. That's the other eagle's foot. So we'll block in his eagle's foot, like so. All right. Yeah, he was strongly for the turkey. That's very true. Very true indeed. Let's I'll just use the round brush. Let's dip into this red. This red got some skin built over it. That's fine. Red, and green. A little red, a little green. Just mixing it like that. Mix it. A little more green. Red's extremely powerful, stubborn color. So you're gonna have to boss it around a little bit. Okay. There we go. That's cool. That'll work. Let's just use this right now. Why not? I'll get a little touch of water. We'll thin it up a little bit. Once again, I'm just blocking this guy in. Okay. It's not like I really have anything to do today, but I don't know if you guys want to really stick around that long for me to totally do this. It can be time consuming. All right. I am going to block it in according to shading. All right. I'm just looking to where I gotta put all this joy. I don't know if I sent that to my house or to the mailbox. I'll find out a little bit later. Right now I'm doing this, so I don't know yet. Still looking, checking out things here. Any eagle painting that I've done that was really detailed, and it started out like this. Okay, all of them. Yeah, and if you try this, yours will come out like this too. There's always a weird, ugly duckling stage, I should say. Once again, you're blocking in tones, you're blocking in shades, okay, that type of thing. You're doing all that. I'm glancing at the bird as I'm doing. I'm glancing at the bird as I'm doing this. I had to stop myself to make sure you guys can even still hear me. So I'm still checking things out here. All right. Slight touch, a very slight touch of white here. Once again, I might have to take creative liberty with this because once again, the sunlight is in a different position. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be weird. So once again, this where I'm putting the color is usually the lit side of the eagle. We're gonna have to go different. Alright. So, but it's alright. It doesn't really change the eagle's wings or anything. It's just the lighting will be a little different. The light is coming from the back of the bird, not the front. And I'm going as close to the edge as I possibly can without going over. I really don't want to go over. A little bit more. Like so. Okay.
So he's been looking for somebody who could save him. Instead of searching inside for what they gave him, a strong will, strong mind causes mayhem.
Right.
Change the world, change
I'm
time,
still looking at things here.
staying on pace, running the race.
Still looking. I'm just checking out some things. All right, let's get a touch of yellow in here. This brownish color. All right. A little touch of water in there. Don't you? Oh, I don't want to do that. Ugh. But I have to. I don't want to. Not necessarily. But we'll give it a shot. Because once again, at this stage, I can always change it. I can always change this. So, let's say, okay, I'll put this color down, right? And you guys see me paint this in here. And let's say I decided I don't want it. Well, guess what? You can change it. So right now, I'm just going to experiment. We're gonna look and see if I want this or not. I'm gonna keep checking. I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna check it out and see if this is where I want to go with him. Will this change? Like, it's not gonna change his body. It's just the coloring, the shape, the tone. And remember, I have to change the look of this as far as the sunlight is concerned, because the eagle is more or less backlit. So I'm just painting it really. Well, I'm blocking it in. And I got the photo reference, so we're not changing the look, we're not changing the pose. Okay. That's what I'm trying to say. The pose won't be changing. But what will be represented in his shading and highlighting will change. So I'm instinctively going by what I see, and I have to correct myself in doing that. Right now, it doesn't look really too bad. I'm good. All right, be honest with you, I'm all right. I'm good. Okay, watch this. I'm gonna take a little bit of black in this funky brown. Okay, I can just about bring that original color back. Black is a shade, white is a tint. So I just now re-shaded my color. Bet you didn't know you can do that. Look at that. You see that? That quick. All right. Isn't that neat? All right. So let's go up under this fella. Once again, I am just blocking in the birdie. No details, nothing like that. I'm just blocking it in, see where I need to go with it. Him, her, it. Whatever you want, whatever gender you want, that's fine. Yep, you guys can see it all right. As long as you guys can see what I'm doing. All the fine-tuning stuff will come later. All those pencil lines, that was more or less for you guys. So all right, it's just the placement of the petals and such. Petals. Placement of the wings. Everybody has their own way of painting animals. Whatever way you feel, I'm just showing you one. Whatever way you feel you want to do painting them, go for what you know. Okay, really, just go for what you know. All right. Okay, believe it or not, his wings underneath, though they're a deep brown, it's actually a lot deeper than that. It's almost like a pitch, like a black brown. All right, but I don't know which way. Well, yeah, I do know which way I'm gonna end up going with this. All right, but I do have him fairly blocked out pretty good, which is cool. It's not perfectly done, but that's all right. Hey Karen, how are you? Thank you, Karen. appreciate it. Most artists are critical of their pieces. I'm reading back there. I would love to resin my pieces. I just don't have the room. Really, I can't even traditionally varnish my paintings because I have to use the spray stuff, but I got some really good spray varnish. It looks like an oil painting when it's done. And I prefer the triple thick gloss paint spray varnish, actually. All right, so I've more or less got this guy blocked in. All right, okay. I will probably pay a whole lot of attention to the bird's head. Okay. His wings, unfortunately, this here, really dark. There's like hints of blockage of feathers, but it's really, it's backlit, it's underneath, it's dark as hell. All right, but I will take creative license with that. All right, on this side here, on his side, you see little bits and pieces. All right, so and even in here, in between here, it's weird, it's strange. Okay, but once again, I will be taking creative license with that. In here, almost as dark as this, but you can see little shades of his wing feathers, the main feathers, flight feathers there. Okay, but there's just gentle shadings of that. Not much. Like I say, everything's going to be a little different because he's backlit. The sun is not facing him. On the photo, the sun is facing him. Matter of fact, this would have been this color because all of it's facing him like that, like the letter M. Okay. Even back here, little glints of light there, and the three that are shown are a little bit there also. All right. But even though it's the paintings is designed that way, I'll probably take a little creative license around this area in here. I'll probably add some white feathers or something here to even that out. But that's the way it looks in the photo. But not too many people will pretty much notice that too much. All right. Okay, let's see what you guys doing. You're talking about meals, what you're eating. Let's see, I ate up my pizza. We did have pasta. I ate most of that. Today's Thursday, so who knows? Who knows? I better check that mailbox because I did expect the package. I'll be right back. It gives me a chance to warm up my coffee. So hold on. And you guys can get yourself a coffee too. This time I will put this. I'll put the station break on. No music, just station break. Okie dokie. Boy, you guys are talking about some good meals here. Show me some love. Email me some of that food. All right. You guys are talking about mac and cheese and Josina's making dumplings. Fatima's talking about Taco Throwback Thursday. Yeah. Okay. Let's, since we're going to primarily be dealing with this guy, let's get it in as close as I can, wingspan wise. Yeah. Let's see if I can do this without blacking the camera out. We'll bring him up a little bit and swing him this way. Come on, help me out. I think we're good there. What do you think? I think we are. All right, we'll focus in on him. All right. I think we're okay here. I'm looking at my script liner. My script liner is about to give up the ghost. I've had it for a while. And I've used it, I beat it down like an Egyptian slave. But it happens. It happens. I have a Samsung tablet. It's I won't lie, it's pretty cool. It is, but there's no setting for it to permanently like keep the screen on. I think it dies off after 10 or 15 minutes, which is annoying to say the very, very least. All right, anyway, enough of that griping. Let's go here with I. To some white, touch of black in that white. And so we'll get into the nitty-gritty with this fella. Don't you forget about me. No, 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 no. Why am I mumbling songs from the 80s? Yes, I'm going into blue. Getting a little bit of white. So we're going bluish gray. This is the creative license part. Once again, this bird is backlit. All right, so we'll be adding some things in here. backlit is concerned with this guy. I better watch myself with this too. I tend to forget that a lot of this is not totally dry. I have to be careful. Be careful. The white, some of these are very strong. Remember, he's backlit, so I'll put up on top here. You get some very, very strong titanium light up here. And just be careful. You can kind of relay white. That's good, that's good. You can keep blending. Let it dry, see what it looks like. And keep in mind that, once again, this fella is backlit, all right? So you can still represent white on the eagle. Certain key parts, because you're gonna have to go over some of it again. Give it a chance to dry a bit, though. Okay. Just be careful. Just be careful. And because he is backlit, you can get away with a few things. Well, all right, because once again, this guy's backlit. So I can, as I keep doing this, you'll see what I'm talking about. But you can get away with a few little tricks here and there. All right. Remember that tail back there? Let's just kind of fill this out a little bit like that. And then have it taper in this direction, especially underneath here. I'll take a little bit of white while it's still wet, and we'll melt that in there. Put it in there. I'll take my titanium white. And it's usually out here on the side there. go into some gray here. Roll it around. Keep the pin tip at an angle where you got a pretty thin line there. All right. Let it tack up a bit. You go back to it, but at least let it tack up a little bit. All right. Okay. All right. Let's go with a dot of red. A little bit of yellow. A little more yellow. All right, we'll give this a shot. Remember, backlit. Backlit, backlit, backlit. Keep that in mind. Let's go into some of this black. The animal's backlit. Okay, just remember, Beastie is backlit. All right. Let's take some of this watered down dark color. Make sure that your previous paint is a little dry. It's not, but we're gonna get away with it. We'll work it out. Just like this. Come on. Here. Leave it alone for a while, and you come back to it. All right, but you see what it's starting to look. You see what it's starting to look like now. Okay, you definitely need, especially for an eagle, there's certain bits of shading, especially around under his eye, the brow. Okay, and you're not even exaggerating. These guys just—it's a predator. It's you know, it's not playing with you. You know, this bird is like, give up the goods. Eat your whole family. That's just the way, you know. Don't get mad at him. You know, that's the way God bred him, or her, or it. Okay? Don't get mad at him. Don't hate. Congratulate. He's just doing his ego thing. Okay? Remember, I had to take a little liberty. This guy's backlit. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Make it a gradual thing. All right. All right. Here we go. Willie Finch. I'm sorry if I ruined your Thursday or have you singing Green Acres for the next 9 hours. Be very picky. All right, you just keep looking at it. You can do a little bit, stop, look at it. Now I have a 45-inch screen that I'm looking at. Now I'm not looking at the video because, no reason, just because. So let me make sure that the video is still smooth and you guys are, as long as the video is still smooth, we're good. I gotta go through my dance here. You know that, Fatima? You know that song? Okay. Let me find out you know that song, Fatima. Let me find out. Oh, coffee. Okay. It's glaze time. Let's use this instead. Let's just go by quicker. We're gonna let me show you guys this while yeah, you guys can still see it. I'm just scraping up the rest of the garbage because we don't need it. I'll just create some more. Because the bird, once again, is backlit. We have the features of the creature. All the rest is really up to me because once again, the pose is there, the look is there. As long as I got his head in there the way I got it, and his eyes are in there, okay. I'm gonna let it tack up and fully dry. All right, I'm not really worried about this. All right, the business end, the tail end, we're good. Okay. These guys, once again, it's darker than you think. Follow me. So, let's create a glaze with green, a little dot of red. We're going to mix that together. That's too much of a dot of red, but we'll work with it. Let's just get some more green. All right. Put it in there like this. Okay, so we got eagle color back. Go into your black. Pop it in there. Now you got a darker eagle color. All right, you might have to go a little darker than that. A little more black. Okay, but get the eagle color in there. You follow me? Go with just a little touch of water. We'll glaze it up like this. All right. Okay. Now, remember, everybody's concept of doing these guys is different. It's a little different. Okay. Is there a right or wrong way? Well, the technique is a right or wrong way, but as far as shading and adding detail, I mean, it's really up to you. There's various ways. All right. Oh, I see. Nick at Night is really strong in your area of the world, Fatima. Do they even have Nick at Night? What do they have now for these old shows? Me TV or something like that? Here, let's go here. Let's go here. This is why I add the brown with the black. It's dark, but it's still keeping true to the color of yonder bird. I'll get it as close as I can to the edge. But yes, it's almost like that. All right. And underneath this poor guy is here. We'll go here, especially here. Where his right there. All up in here. Be careful. I can tap it a little bit. It's just the oddest thing. His shading. He's shaded strange. He is. His shadowing is weird. And I probably cannot add that because it's backlit. He is backlit, so I have to approach that differently. Much like that. Because once again, he's backlit, so you're not going to see a lot of that. I'm going by the shading of what I'm looking at. I can't really do that. Okay. But see how it looks already? Okay. If you think we're done, we're not. We got this joy here. Now he's got weird detail here All right, that you wouldn't think he would have, but he has it. And I will put that in. Yeah, this is strange, this part, but I mean, I can't argue with it. It looks cool. Because if I didn't think it looked cool, I wouldn't have picked the image. I'm sorry, I know you're seeing all my little curlies, but I'm using such a broad brush, I don't want to go over the lines. All right. If I feel that I am or it's getting close, I'll just back off. And it's all right, I use a round brush for the rest. All right. So you got to know when to back off if you got a brush that's not really that detailed like this one. All right. Because I can just easily do it with a round brush, a little smaller. And I'll just get one of these. And we'll tighten some things up here. Just like that, just tighten it up. Okay. Okay. Now this is the crazy part. Watch this. Let's get a slight touch of white. We'll go in here. Because you do see some weird wing detail in there. All right, but it's just odd. We'll put it in right now. Like he had something crazy. No, nope. You'd be surprised how much white you would need to get it to show. Okay, we'll come here. He's got this weird happenings right here. Yeah, just like that. All right. From here, it's the strangest thing. We'll come here, come out, and come like that. Then he has this bit of whatever going on there. He has another one like here, almost like the letter C right there, like that. All right. And I mean, this is actually here on this bird. Weird. Weird. Yes, it looks like this. It's the strangest thing. But you know, it kind of makes sense, all right? Even for the backlit part of this fella. F is strange. I'll kill some of the brightness there. And I'll soften that up a little bit. But it is weird. The weirdest thing. Because you see it, and you do see it, it's just odd. That is just the way it looks. All right, and it doesn't go exactly towards the wingtips. It's just weird. The strangest strange. And here you don't see that. Here you do. There you don't. All right, it's this weird, funky, weird blotch of colors. Like there's this weird thing going on here. He's got a weird curve here. Okay, it's all odd in here. Like this. It's just strange. All of that is going on with this bird. Here, it's weird. It's really patchy. Okay. Then I'll just take my finger and gently. This is the weirdest thing. Like that. I don't know why, but it does. that. I don't know, don't ask. It is. But what I will do, where's my script lighter? That I will put some little some feather trail, even though it's dark. I'll come here and I will put even though it's dark, I will put some of these in there. A lot of this is creative license, but these I'll put in here just to give some semblance that, you know, he got some things going on in here. Even though it's a darker version of the same color. Okay, I will put a few of those in here. They're not in the painting, all right, but I'm going to add them because, once again, artistic license. We know that they're in there. They're backlit, so it's just dark on dark. Like that. Just a few in there. Okay, I'm gonna come here, even though it's dark on dark. I'll give some semblance of some of his wing things are in there. Okay. This is just weird here. It's odd. I'll darken them up a little bit. They are strange. Weird. Thank you, Linda. Oh, it's weird. I think what I'm saying is that it's the lighting issue. The way it's filmed, the way they look. Because remember, in the photo, the sun is here. You got these weird, I don't even think they're really see-through. It's just, they're light. The feathers are really light colored there. An eagle's feathers, these feathers are thick as hell. So yeah, you ain't gonna get too much light going through all of that. But it's just light. The coloration is very light. That's all. And so it's an odd look. Even under here with all of these patterns, they're in his wings. They're on the side of him. But that's just the way this guy looks under there. So once again, to me, it's just strange. It is. Let's get to here. We'll do a little bit of this too while I am thinking of it. Let's get a little bit of white. We'll do this too. What I'm gonna do, let's see if I can get away with it a little bit. Okay, we'll do it this way. Yes, he got these, but I'm gonna glaze a few of these once they're done. They're all over the place on him. They're his very odd feathers here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put them in light like this. I have to wait for it to dry. They're all over the place on him here. But remember, he's backlit. But even though I'm putting them in here, I'm gonna glaze them. But you're gonna see that they're there, at least there. All right. I'm gonna keep adding them. It's weird patterns that you will see in his wings when they're lit, sunlit. Okay. He's got the unusual pattern. They're all up in here. I think, well, no, I'm not gonna go the opposite. I'm gonna keep them light like this because the white helps me out. And so when I glaze, that white, the opaqueness of that white is going to help me out with this. So you'll see what I'm talking about once I go over this. The lights, the sunlight in the painting, the sunlight's coming in this direction, which is why that is so light. So the light is hitting him right from the front. In this painting, it's the back. All right, but I don't want to overall make him that dark. All right, not really. So I'll keep what I see there, but I'm just going to switch the lighting around. All right, but that's all. I'll switch the lighting around a tad. I'll keep his features, I'll keep what I see, but I'm just going to switch the lighting.
Check the mic and make sure it sounds
A little touch of water. Once I knew, see, I know me. Once I get going on the animal, I know I wouldn't. So what I'm doing actually is I'm keeping the overall look, his flight pattern, his feathers, everything that's the same. His color, all good. All right. Other than the fact that once again he's backlit, so there's shade here, a little stronger shade underneath. Definitely underneath here. All right. I even kept the weird patchiness here. Okay. The funky looking things here to me. Anyway. All right. I got a little flat brush here and a little, not enough water. A little darker color, a little water. We're gonna come here. We're gonna glaze some of that love right up in here like that. It's just darker here a wee bit. Okay. A little water, a little black and the black and the brown mix here. Come through here. Almost half and half. I'm not gonna go totally all the way up on this wing, just like that. All right. All right.
it sound right, boy.
So in here, believe it or not, is darker. I'll keep these a little lighter. Okay, but it's dark in here. Darker. All right. Now, let's delve into a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow. We'll mix this right here, white and yellow. All right. Like that. I don't need technically this brush to do this. This is a little much. I can get away with it. All right. I'll get away. Watch. Right here. We'll tap and touch. Just to give the appearance of bended feathers, just like that. All right. Go back into your yellow and your white mix. All right. Because he's backlit. Give a couple touches here. All right. Now you're kind of competing a little bit with that yellow. Well, we're in the green area, so it won't be that bad. Just like so. Not much, all right? Not too much. But that yellow band brings him out in front even more. All right, we'll come here. Like that, right? But where that bend is, chop it up. Make it look like bent up feathers there. All right. Get you some more. You don't have to trace everything. We'll give a little trail here. And give a little skip, come around here. Better on his back. Like so. All right. Let's get some more white. Get some more yellow. I see you guys typing, hold on. Oh. Check it out in a second. Where his wings are here. Because you're competing a little bit with that lighter color. Pop it in there like this. Like that. I could probably get rid of some of that. Say you pop something in there that you don't like very much, like what I just did. Okay, worry not. Hashtag don't panic. Hashtag panic not. All right. Hashtag make it disappear. All right. Ooh, a no HDMI cable. You know, I had to go through that today. I don't know why. I think it's the storm that did it, but my HDMI, I have an Onkyo system, and I have a port all by itself that will it designates right from the TV signal into the stereo. So they talk to each other through that port, and it's HDMI port 4. Okay, so I had to reprogram it to go to that port because it's asking me all these questions. Is it hooked to HDMI? I'm like, well, it must have been a power outage somewhere because it only acts that funky when there's a power outage. So it must have happened, even though our power didn't go out. It must have hit a transformer where it draws power from, and then that's what went on. That's what happened. We have a little bit of wind, but it's more rain than anything. And because it's it's gotta be damn near close to 40 degrees. So it's more like spring weather out here. And you know, last week would we have 27 below or some weird crap, 17 below, and now it's in the 40s. So, and that was just, you know, a difference of 7 days. Strange. Okay, okay, a little more glazing. Now it's called picky glazing here. All right, so I'm going back underneath his foot, a little more shadow. Only under certain areas, certain parts, I'll shadow it like that. Okay. I should leave this alone, but I'm not, because just because. So it's now turned into a glazing party. Yeah, just in certain areas. And when you glaze darker, all right, it brings out the mids and the lights a little bit more. Okay. I'm going to take the tiniest bit, and I won't do it with this brush. I'll take my brush. I don't see any here, right here. I don't want to retire this brush, but I think it's long overdue. I think it's kind of long on the tooth. This poor guy. Okay. Yeah, you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay, we're almost done. We're almost out of here. We're almost out of here. I just read the chat. Oh boy, Fatima. Fatima is on a roll today. Listening to all that Jimmy Fallon paid off. Okay, guys. I'm still looking, checking it out. I'm still looking and a looking and a looking and a looking and a looking. All right. Let's pan out. Let's see what we got. Let's get rid of this. Let's slowly pan it out here. Let's see what we got. About let's leave it alone for a second. Let's see what we got. We'll do it like that and we'll pan out a little bit more. All right. Okay. What the hell size is this? I know this is not as big as the other one. I think this is a 12 by 16. What are you? Oh, you're 16 by 18? No, you're 14 by 18. 14 by 18, all right. A little different. 14 by 18 inches, all right. If it's 14 by 18, that means this isn't gonna work. This is a little too small. And this is too small too, I think. I think it might frame better though. Let's see. Yeah, too big. Or painting's too big. 14 by 18, 14 by 18. This will work though. I think this one will look okay. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it's alright. Whatever. A little small. 14 by 18. Right. So, in a frame, thick old frame, or something like that. Obviously, you're gonna need a much larger frame. Okay, I don't think I have a frame 14 by 18. But okay, something like that. Of course, you don't see it on the top. All right. 14 by 18. This is 11 by 17, so that's not gonna work either. This is too big. This is too big. It swallows it. But it would look something like, yeah, it's too big. Too big. I don't think I have anything that size, not even close. I don't even think this black one would do. I think this one's too big too. Because this is an odd size. I usually do my acrylic pours on this. Yeah, even this is too big. So, nope. Only the other one. Only have one that makes it look somewhat decent. So let's peel the tape off this. So only one frame, guys. Sorry. Thank you for sticking with me. I know it took a little while, but they usually do. We did knock off a few birds with one stone with this. All right. Yeah, it does, but it is 14 by 18, so it's an unusual, for me, size. Like I said, I do my acrylic pours with this. It does. I want to still keep this attached to the board. I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see. Of course, we had to have one hangers on, right? You just had to hang on, didn't you? Come on, bro. Serious? Ugh. Get away from me. Carpetbagger. Oh. Not too bad for a painting I was about to give up on. Yes, it took a while. I had misgivings about doing the eagle today, but I'm like, wait a minute, I'm gonna dump this thing. Let's knock it out. Okay. So we do have our eagle, and we do have the reflections. So I did knock off a few things at the same time with this painting. Rocks with reflections in shallow water. Okay. We did a sunset with an eagle in the mountains. So it was a couple of requests done into one painting here. All right. So, yeah. Well, thank you, Linda. Appreciate it. I'll have to wait till later on. Is that me? That was probably me and my nails, but it won't matter if it's framed. Okay. What else am I gonna say? Man, look at all that nice paint. That will be utterly dumped because I don't have no other uses for it. Thank you, Madonna. Karen, is good to meet you. Well, you tell GT Go. I said, welcome. If you're talking to me, good to meet you. So here we are. Let's put it back to. Nah, you guys don't need to see my face. Okay. Now I know somebody was interested in this, so I'll see if they're still interested in it. Now that it's all finished, I probably will varnish this later on in the day. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this extra paint I got here. I really don't want to waste it. It bothers me to waste paint. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, it bothers me to waste paint, but at least I got her done. She's finished. Oh, I think yeah, we're slowly knocking this list down a little bit. I have to do the freaking werewolf. So, it looks like I'll be barking. I'll be howling at the moon on the next one. I gotta find a pretty decent picture. I think she's gonna want a headshot, damn it. So, looks like I'll be getting my comb brushes ready. So I gotta look for a photo to do that one next. So if I do come back on, well, it's only 2:30. I mean, here Eastern Standard Time is only 2:30. So we did pretty good. We knocked off the painting, finished it off. I'll take a good picture of it, put it on Instagram, put it on Bookface. Thumbnail. gotta make a thumbnail. So, yeah. Nice, Mo. Very nice. Okay. Who comes on tonight? What is it, Thursday? I think Signet comes on later this evening. So, man, I gotta find find a decent picture for this thing. So what I'll do is I'll probably do a painting just to do it, because the next few is gonna be the creature. I believe she wants a headshot, or she don't want a full body shot at me, so I think it's gonna be a headshot. She does like the movie, so we'll see what happens there. All right, yeah, Tanya's on tonight. All right, so maybe I'll use this paint for who knows? I'm gonna find it for something. I don't want to waste it. I got so much of it here, and I really don't want to waste it. So we'll see what I'll do with it. Okay, guys, thank you very much. Let's see if when I shut this off, it will actually shut off for real. We know how things can go left, don't we? Well, keep giving me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or whatnot. Yeah, like I say, it'll be posted on Facebook. It'll be posted on Instagram. I gotta make a thumbnail like immediately. And I shall see you guys when I see you. I will think of something to do with all these paints. Maybe it'd be a background for something to play with or whatever before I tackle the Wolfman. All right, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you. Take a nap, Fatima. Take a nap. You've been up too late. You know you can't keep my hours. You're becoming disjointed. All right, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.